What's there so great? He may not come when you want him, but he's always right on time. Somebody just got a revelation. God just gave you a preview of a coming attraction. So give him praise and declare. It's gonna all be worth it. It will be worth it. But I didn't survive the worst season of my life for nothing. God is gonna get the glory. It will be. Somebody give God a prize.
Cutting the community through gospel. The new 107.9 FM, W300EB, Macon, and WDDO 980 AM, Perry, Macon.
The views expressed on this program are not necessarily the views of the Glory 980 AM, the Glory Media Group, LLC.
Wherever you are right now, if you're listening to me, help me say yeah. I like this one here. Oh, yeah. Listen, I was living in a world of sin, far from the peaceful deeply, stepping, seeking to rise no more. But from the waters, God came and rescued me, and now I'm free. Oh, great God Almighty, I'm holding me. Pastor Sean Jones in the falling so low, I couldn't rise again. And then Jesus stepped in, lent me a helping hand. Now I know that it was the Lord that came and rescued me, and now I'm free. Oh, great God Almighty, I'm free. I thank God. There's no more chains that are holding me. Whoa, I thank God I'm free. Thank God I'm free. Thank God. Thank God. Is there anybody listening?
Necessarily the views of the Glory 980 AM, the Glory Media Group, LLC, WDDO AM, its staff, management, or advertisers, but are the views and opinions of the participants of the broadcast.
For the sake of the call, Welcome to the Call Radio Ministry, hosted by Overseer Mable Randall, Senior Pastor and founder of God's Way Church Ministry, located at 1080 Cortland Avenue, Building B, in the historic Cherokee Heights community here in Macon, Georgia. Let's go live into the studio with your host, Overseer Mable Randall, for The Call.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Yes, this is Carol Spain. I am for Overseer Mable today, and we're going to have some fun. I want to first thank Bishop and Tony for what they're doing. They've had some problems today. Someone cut a wire by mistake while cutting grass, but they've been great. They have really worked to get this up live, and I just want to say thank you all. Y'all are very professional. You do a great work for the radio station and for your listeners. We're going to go into a word of prayer. Father God in heaven, I thank you for this day. I thank you for just being you. Lord, give us what we need to let people know about you and to let the people know about Adam. We just want everybody in good health at all times. In your name, I ask and I pray for over Mabel Brown and her husband, and for all that she do for the church, for the radio station, and the community. You know, it's just really nice to have a young lady who really enjoying doing for others. We had a great event on Sunday. We had a great church service, and then she took the ministers to lunch, to a late lunch, early dinner. It was fantastic, and I just want to say to her again, thank you so very much for what you do for God's Way and God's Way members. We appreciate you, and we just want to say thank you again. Our call-in number is 478-250-1444. That's 478-250-1444 to call in and give us a testimony if you are familiar with the Adam products. And I'm going to start with something that I talked to a young lady about yesterday. It is our laundry sheets. I love our laundry sheets. I sell a lot of these to college students and to seniors. What I love about them is that you have your laundry detergent, a fabric softener, and your sheets in here, and they are $21. And they're proper if you have a small tear it in half, and it really is good. A college student going back to college, give them try out. They will love the laundry sheet because it do dissolve in hot or cold water. Just take the sheet, drop it, turn the water on, and it will dissolve in your clothes. So this is one of the laundry will. We also have, I love our laundry parts, sample pack for $3. It has 6 parts, and it has your laundry detergent, your fabric softener, and your whitener in a pack of 100 for 20. I think it's $25. If I'm not mistaken. It has your laundry detergent, your fabric softener, and your white all in. You get 3 in 1. That's the difference, and it really does make a big difference. We also have the liquid detergent that I did not bring today, and the powder detergent. Our liquid and our powder does 233 loads, and it costs you $20. Yes, for $20, you get 233 loads, either with our liquid or our powder. The difference is, I asked everyone, there is in your liquid, the cap. You use that cap. I had a lady call me. She said, "This all I need to use." I said, "Yes, ma'am." She said, "Well, I poured a little bit more than that in there because I figured that y'all didn't know what y'all were talking about, and it really did do a good job." I said, "Well, next time use the amount that we tell you to use, and you'll see it do a good job." Also, our powder has a scoop. Take that scoop, and that's all you need to wash those clothes with. And you can do a load for, it depends if you got an extra large load, then you want to use 2 scoops. But for a medium sized load, you can do 1 scoop. and you will also just it's 233 loads, as I said, for $20. It really makes a huge difference. And this lady was telling me that she had purchased some laundry detergent from another store, and she said, "Well, I only paid $32 for my detergent, and I got 54 loads." I said, "Well, I'm gonna take mine is $17 plus tax, which is $20, and you get 233." She said, "Well, I need to buy that." So that's the difference. One, we have the natural product, which are not don't have any chemicals whatsoever in them. And one of my grandson, one of his friends came by yesterday and he wanted to buy the toothpaste. So he bought a pack of the 4 pack and it's $10. And he said, I said to him, I said, you need to try the laundry detergent. He said, I got this itch and I don't understand what's going on. And he started scratching and I said, it's come from your laundry detergent. And I was telling him how much it cost. And so making an order tomorrow and he wants the laundry detergent. So it's like doing something different, trying something that works. A lot of people have eczema, psoriasis, and all these different problems with their skin. But most of your skin problems come from what you put on your skin, your body wash, your body lotion, all of those things, and your detergent. Because your detergent is rubbing against your skin all day long. They also have one of the products that I do love too. We love all our products. Adam cleanser. It is it is for the male and female bottom. This is not suds at all. I don't know if one told you, but don't to put suds on your bottom. It's really good, and when you use it, it will have a tingle sensation. And the first few times you use it, tell you why. It's cleaning out all that gunk or whatever's going on, problems going on. That's why you have women who have yeast infection and all that stuff. So I tell people, I encourage you, this is only $15 and it lasts a long time because you only need to squirt one time and wash your bottom. Okay. So it's called the Adam cleanser. If you would like to call in, our number is 478-250-14. That I love. It is our body lotion. What I love about our body lotion, it repels mosquitoes. One of my grandsons, I just dropped him off, and I was like, "Give me my lotion at the door." He was like, "I'm taking that with me." I have some of the smaller packs that are called travel packs that he liked to use, so he took it with him when he went where he was going. But our body lotion is really good. As I said, it repels mosquitoes. I love it. I use it every day. It works very well for me. And when they first told me repels mosquitoes, I said, let me test it. So I went outside because my porch, anywhere in my yard, mosquitoes will wear you out. So I put it on, went out on the porch, nothing, stood in the middle of my front yard, and bit me. So then I decided to walk up under the trees. I still didn't get bit. I said, okay, it works. And this body is it lasts a long time, and you will get it for even don't prices in my head. It's about $15 to $17, but it really works very well. I love, love, love. My favorite products. This is what got me involved in Adam. This right here. This toothpaste. I was looking for a natural toothpaste because all the toothpaste that you use have a lot of fluoride in it and they have a lot of chemicals in it. If you look at the back of your toothpaste, there is a color mark at the bottom of the toothpaste. Ours is, if your toothpaste does not have a green mark, that means something is wrong with it. It has chemicals in it. You can look at your toothpaste. But with ours, our toothpaste get rid of bad breath, gingivitis, bleeding gums. It will heal in cut, sore, burn, bite, or rash. That's one of the things that I love about it. It really does get rid of things. And I love, love, love this. My daughter was burned out of fish fry on her hand and her chest. She came 2 days later and she said, "Mom, She said, I was burned at a fish fry 2 days ago. She said, and they put all this burn stuff on my hand and on my chest, and it's still burning. And I said, okay. I said, well, take the toothpaste that Adam has. She said, well, Mom, what the toothpaste gonna do? I said, take the toothpaste, put it all over your burn, your hand and your chest. So she did. While we was talking, it went a minute hadn't passed. She said, Mom, it stopped burning. I said, now every time you wash your hand or take a shower, put it back on there. Within weeks, it was healed. And it also, her skin color came back because her hand was white, so was her chest. It The skin color came back, and she was amazed that the skin color came back. So another thing we have is a toothbrush. A toothbrush is amazing because bristles. I know you can't see my bristles are form of gold because we it's I forget the name of the gold that they call it. Anyway, it's pure gold. It's dipped in that gold to keep bacteria from getting on the bristles. And you can use it a little bit longer than you do your regular toothbrush. And if you look at your toothbrush today that you have at home, in your bristles, you'll see some little black specks. That's called bacteria. And we don't want you to keep putting that in your mouth. We also have our toothpaste kit, which is really good. I love those. I like giving those as gifts. They make very well graduation gift, Mother's Day, Father's Day, um, any anniversary, wedding. These are really good gifts that you can give away, and they run $10. And it really pays does. You just some great talent that you would know that Miss Mable around the calling give us a testimony. Miss Randall have a lot of testimony with the products have done for her, and I just love her testimony. We have a hemo here. The hemo here actually fills your blood, and it goes into your body, and it the hemo him also deals with your lady today who buys coffee from me. Said, oh, and I said, I'm so sorry. Come and let's talk about that. But I was on the road, so I couldn't eat. And I said, call me and let's about it completely. I have and they don't work. We just keep on over again. But I do is this. You know this work. I never had the flu, never had COVID, never had anything. Didn't take any shots. People say, oh, because of your age, you should take the pneumonia shot. You should take all those shots. No, so take the hemo here. I take 2 packs a day. And one of the other things about hemo here is that part of our cancer program. And they do have a cancer program, and I promise you it works. It gets rid of the cancer that's in your body. But you have to take the program. You have to buy, there's about 5 products in the program. You have to buy them and use them the way that we instruct you to use them. And I promise you it will make a difference. If you are sick, I'm going to say, gangrene, anything that you have, you you're holding on. I call to answer. Okay, they are doing some work. That's probably why they're not answering. And overseer is trying to call in. Anyway, this is the cancer program. We have several. This lady was taking 6 a day. And 6 a day means you got to buy at least 3 boxes. But it works. It's worth it. And I ask people all this is IT. IT is also part of one of the things that's part of our cancer program. We also have our noni. This is our noni juice. Our noni juice, we fermented organic noni juice. I know people know about noni from back in the day, but we different noni. Guys, it's organic and fermented. And it works very well. It's also part of our cancer program. I was in a meeting in, uh, in Duluth. And this is a topic that known it and how they have from in Indonesia and they go to, and it really does make a big difference to it. And what it does, he was saying that they've been doing a study on cancer, and they have someone who has breast cancer, someone who has lung cancer, and I forget the third one. I think it was prostate, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, difference in what cancer has been doing and how it's been dissolving. So it really makes a difference. So, and that might not be the word he used, but it went away. They no longer have cancer. So, but we have to be willing to help ourselves. We also have our coffee. I call it the coffee on the go. We have three different types of coffee. We have this one that I love. It has the cream and sugar already in it, and you just take it and you open it. It has a little zipper here, and you put it in anywhere from at least 6 ounces of water, hot or cold. It dissolves them both. And I love to carry it with me. That's why I call it coffee on the go. And we utilize this, so it's really good. Overseer, I know they working on the internet because, like I said, um, it was torn up because somebody tore it up with cutting the grass. So they might not be able to answer the phone. I don't know. So I know that everybody's around here doing a great job working on because whatever they got me doing, it's on Ethernet now. I think because they trying to so I can be online. So, but anyway, the other thing that we had, so we thank you anyway for because I know you have a great testimony, and I can tell a few things about overseer whole hemoglobin. They could not get her hemoglobin up. So what she did, she started taking the adamant products, and now her hemoglobin is normal. She's had problem with her diabetes, her high blood pressure, and she's a cancer survivor. And all of that has worked. She did not. She went through radiation when she had cancer. She didn't know about adamant, but she was burned real bad in her chest. But because of the product, her color has come back. Her skin color has come back, and I promise you, she would once everything is fixed at at the station, the next time she do her program, she'll give a testimony so you all will know what's going on. But I'm telling you, all these products do make a difference. You have to want to take them. I used to have acid reflux really bad, and I hated it because it certain things that I would eat that would cause me a problem. Hey, Miss Nella, how you doing? I really wanted you to call in, but we having problems at the station right now, but it's okay. Miss Nella have a lot of great testimony about the toothpaste and several other things. The next time we're doing this show, that I'm doing it actually being together, but without it going on, we understand. But I used to have acid reflux really bad. And I mean, it was so horrible that a lot of times I couldn't eat certain things that I love to eat, like spaghetti, uh, beef. One, the other one is certain ports and chili. And I love chili. And when I started taking this right here, which is the stomach health, it took away my acid reflux, and I thank God that it did. And I took it for like 90 days, and it healed it. And then periodically I take it once or twice a year for 30 days to just keep it going. We also have a product that I didn't bring with me today. It's called uh, bellflower root. What the bellflower root does, my esophagus was damaged really bad due to the acid reflux. It was so corroded, and the bellflower root healed that. Also, the manuka honey. We have a manuka honey that's out of this world, and it is the 830 gram manuka honey. It's really good. It will heal everything. This young man in Atlanta had gangrene, and they was actually going to cut off his foot because of the gangrene. And he called his mom, and she said, "No, baby, they're not gonna cut your foot out because we gonna put Adam to work." So he actually got the hemo hem from her. He got the manuka honey, And she told him every day, here's some saline. I want you to wash your foot. Once you wash your foot, I want you to dry it, and I want you to take this manuka honey and drip it on it. Just drizzle it on your foot, and I want you to wrap it up. So he did that every day, and I think it lasts about 90 days. And he got the hem on him. She said, "Now I want you to take that by mouth, and I want you to take a teaspoon of this manuka honey by mouth." So we have pictures where his toes are healed. Now did not get his foot amputated. He's doing fine. He just have to continue to work on his diabetes. The last time I saw him at an event, and they were like, "Wow, you the one who gave the testimony about your foot." He said, "Yes." He said it really made a difference to continue to use the adamant product so I can stay well, and that's the difference. We all want a miracle. We want something to happen right then. You want to take it one day and you want to be healed. I told him that his name is Jesus. Give us and do that will help us open open mind. You know, so many times people tell me, well, and don't get me wrong, not doctors. I go to the doctor once a year to get my checkup and keep on going. But I tell people, who body is it? See, it's my body, so my doctor can't tell me what to do. I do what I feel is best for Carol Spain. And I don't take anything that they offer. I just say, okay, diabetes or anything else. And I thank God for that. So we have to just keep on working on our own bodies. But let me go back to the Nona because I didn't finish talking about the Nona. The Nona is part of our it's part of our male enhancement program. What it does, and I have men stopping me, asking me about products that will give them stamina, and I'm gonna tell you this Nona will give you stamina. Also, I saw Pearl will give you stamina. I tell men the first thing you need to do is clean your body out. Him detox your body. You need to recommend you also take the milk so to clean out your liver, and you probiotic to clean out your one in Columbus, her brother started giving him the number. And she called me and she said, "Girl, I'm gonna stop giving him that number." I realized she kept wondering why he his need. And she takes care of him. He said, "You don't have no reason to have your pants down." He peed and all this stuff. And so she was passing his room one day and she realized why his pants were down to his knees. And the milk thistle and omega. And baby, her son finally told Mama stop giving him that stuff because it is causing him some problems. Because he in there all the time, you know what he doing. So I'm telling you, this Nona really will clean out your system along with a further product, and you will have that enhancement that you need. You don't need that blue pill. No, 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 no. You don't need that. You need this. Because it works. I promise you it works. If it works on an 84-year-old man, it'll sure work on y'all. All right, now, hallelujah. And the Nona comes in a bottle. The bottle is $65, or you can get the travel pack. I think they're $75, if I'm not mistaken. And they do work. I love the Nona. And I tell people one of the things about anything that's natural, that's good for you, no, it does not taste like chocolate cake. It don't taste like coconut cake. It do not taste like German chocolate cake, sweet potato pie. It tastes like herb, and it takes getting used to. I tell people about even people with heart problem. I've talked to several people recently with heart problem who's had heart attacks, who's had bypass and all this stuff. And I tell you got to clean that body out. You have to detox that whole body, and you can't buy that at Walmart. You cannot buy. You gotta actually buy the real deal in order for it to clean your body out so you can be healthy again. A vitamin C 2000. My God, my God, my God. This vitamin C 2000 makes a big difference when it comes down to COVID, when it comes down to a cold, flu, It really does. So though it really does work. I tell people when you use the vitamin C 2000, it has a zipper. You can just tear it up and pour it in your mouth and drink water behind it. I prefer you put it in some warm as you can stand it, almost hot water. Put it in the water, stir it up, and drink it like a tea. It really, what grandson would tell me, he like, Granny, I got my throat a little scratchy. Give me some of that vitamin C up front. So I leave this some up the other day later. He find and he telling all the day, what happened to you? He said, I take vitamin C for my granny. And they were like, okay, then I need to get that. That's why one of his friends about that toothpaste the other day. They realized with this toothpaste, you can make a tea out of this too. I had a young lady who told me not to come to her house to bring her product that she had bought for me, and because she had the flu. And I said to her, I said, the flu? She said, yeah. She said, I've had it for a week and I've been in bed a whole week. She said, and my husband said he cannot believe him spend all this money on medicine and nothing is working. So I went to her house and I took this toothpaste and I took these pain patches. They're called ethereal patches by Adam. And trash can. I said, have somebody to come and get them. And I said, take this toothpaste and I want you to put a little bit up both of your nostrils. And then I want you to get somebody to make you some tea out of some water, stir it up and drink it. Do it 3 times a day. And I said, take this patch and put a piece on the right side of your chest, the right side of your chest, not where the heart is on the right side. And she called me 2 days later. He said, why you bring her back from now? Been to bed a week. She probably got your stuff and she went to bed for 2 hours. The last 2 hours she was walking around. It probably passed because you passed for $10. I mean, you can put it in on your body, that helps you, your back, your knees. I put it on your head. I just like the it smells good, and I sleep at night and go right on to sleep. You can put it in your foot. It will actually help you go to sleep. You can put it on your right there between your eyes, right above your eye, right there. It really do work. I'm telling you, they work. But you have to buy them and you have to use to carry a lot of the products all the time. But I don't like for anything to expire, so I don't like I used to. I carry some, but not all. But we do an order twice a week. So you can order product and they'll be back in within 2 days. They will come. Our warehouses in Atlanta and the products will come within a couple. So have our green propolis tea, green propolis spray. Propolis is what is in our toothpaste and it's what's in this spray. We need to realize what propolis it does a lot. I take it and I spray it. I spray you I spray it out for my throat. And because it keeps the other thing is the other thing is you take it up my nose. I don't do that no more because I'm all passed out. They said you must have breathed. I said, yeah, well, I'm supposed to breathe. They said, no, you gotta hold your breath. That's okay. I wash my hand and I spray it on my finger and I put it up my nostril. That way it'll keep germs from getting in your nose. Because when they get in your nose, they go in your throat, and that thing you know you're sick, and I don't want any of that. So I'm telling you, we have so many products that works very well, you all. We just need you to try the product. I promise you, you will be so amazed. Here's another product that we have is it's called Korean red ginseng jelly stick. We have 2 types of red ginseng, and a lot of people been getting on board with red ginseng because they heard Carla B talk about red ginseng. The red ginseng does a lot. It's also for stamina. It's for blood pressure. It does a lot of things to your body. It is really, really try it. It comes in this jelly stick because some people don't like the powder because they say it's too strong. This is sweet. Try it. And one of the things too I want to say, when last time you saw an ugly fat Korean, a sick Korean? I talk to people who work in the hospital. And they say it's a rare today any Asian end up in the pillow. But we are always there, sick. And because of what we eat and what we drinking and what you're smoking, that body to get all that stuff out. Here's another one, a Sicilian husk. People who have a problem going to the bathroom, I recommend a Sicilian husk. I recommend the vitamin C2. I recommend the probiotic. We have a probiotic. Our probiotic is a pre and a probiotic. Okay, in antibiotic, you need a probiotic. You really do. After you finish the antibiotic, get the probiotic because the antibiotic bad. Say, it just went right out my head. Bacteria. So you want to have this right here. To me, it's a lifesaver, and I'm telling you about that because I have something that I'm doing right now, and I have to travel, and because of it, I might get tired, and because it makes I do it one day a week. It's a 12-hour day, and I'm tired. Time I'm halfway home. So I started using this. It's called Vital Energy. I take it and put it. It comes in two parts, and the reason why it's in two parts is because two can't mix. You can't have them in the same bag together. So you see, it's two parts, and then you take it and you pour it in a bottle of water, and you drink it. And so I don't drink the whole thing all at once. I sip it. I drink half of it, then I sip all the while I'm driving. It keeps me alert. It keeps me awake. These are really good, and it has all your vitamins that you need in here, and it really makes a difference. So I love these. They're you get 30-day supply, I think, for $45, if I'm not mistaken. But these are really good. Um, I used to work in the evenings and I would be so tired sometimes. So I would make sure I take one of these before I go to work. And I had to realize I can't take it after 12 o'clock because then if I take it after 12 o'clock afternoon, like at 4 o'clock, then I can't sleep all night because it keeps you awake. So now I make sure I take it before 12 o'clock. But this really does work. These are amazing. If you ever try them, you're going to realize how great they are. Miss Nella was telling me that she had given one to someone and they worked very well for them. And a lot of one of my girlfriends, she's giving them to her high school students. She said because they stay up half the night on the phone, so they need to be alert during school. So she made sure in the morning they drink one of the Vital Energy, and it makes a difference. And let me say something else about the vitamin that your children need to be taking. You know, people get up in the morning, get children what they give them sweet cereal, all this sugar, this red dye cinnamon is already bouncing off the wall thing that you've given them. So we have to make a change in what we're doing. We really do. Another product that I really want the females to open their minds to is natural pads. We have the Earth Day pads. You get this is the large, and you get 10 large pads. You get 40. I'm sorry, you get 40 pads. It's 10 in this pack right here, but in the box it's 40, and they come like this. And you get these pads for what is they $24. You get 40. These pads called Herb Day, and what I love about them is now when you put it on the first time, they come in the large, the medium, and they come in the panty line. It will have a serious tingling sensation at your body. It's cleaning out the stuff that don't. So stop bullshitting because you don't supposed to do that. Your body's supposed to keep itself. So we have to do something different. So I say to all women and all men, for your daughters, get them pads because a lot of young girls today are having what they call hormonal disruptors. I didn't know what that word was. Hormonal disruptive. I had a young lady come to my house 2 weeks ago to do some work, and she was having some problem. Like, what is wrong? What's crying? And I was like, what's wrong? And she said, you don't understand. I've had a very hard day. And she was telling me some things about her life and how people tease her about this and that. And she's 21, I believe. And because she don't have a cycle. And she said her cycle come on maybe twice a year. And I said, no. She said, yes, she did so bad. And she said, it's called hormonal disruption. I said, baby, let me help you. I said, 'cause we can get that taken care of. You have to clean that body out. It's called, you got to detox that whole body. Inside. See, too many times, like I say, the doctor put a band-aid on a sore. In anatomy, my goal, this is Carol, my goal is to find out what's causing the sore. So we're working on what's causing that problem. So we're teaching them how to change, stay away from fast food. Fast food is part of the problem. Soda is part of the problem. All of this sweet stuff that everybody eats. Cancer thrives on sweets. But everywhere you go, they got vendors, they got sweet cake, pies, you name it. They got all them sweet. But we got to be careful. It's okay to eat sweet in moderation. I'm not knocking that. But I'm saying constantly, you constantly eating sweets and you don't know what they're doing to your body. We have to change what we're doing because the sugar 50 years ago is totally different. So that's why we got to make a change. The vegetables used to be nutritious. That's why when they call it cornbread now and they fed to the milk, all the nutrients in it. Cause they cook the collards today. They cook 5, 10 hours. Be done in an hour. Let's saute them. That's the difference. So we have to learn to do things a little bit different because we need the nutrient. And if we have a garden, we'll have the nutrient because we don't pull it as fast as they pull it. Stuff be in the warehouse 6 months before it's due to be pulled. And it doesn't make any sense. So all the nutrient that's in the tree is no longer in the food. So we have to do something different. So I'm teaching people, and that's all I'm about teaching people how to be healthy. I've been doing natural products for 21 years. 2004 is when I first started because I wanted to get rid of my asthma, number one. Number two, my mom had cancer and I wanted to do something to help her. And it really made a difference because every time the doctors told me she was gonna die, I said, your name Jesus. You like, no, I said, good. I said, cause you can't tell her when she died, he died for her. And he didn't even have cancer. Come on now. So, but I tell people like this, we all have a date. But I'm gonna live as healthy as I can while I'm here. Ladies, this last me the other day about something. I said the eyelashes that you wear ain't helping you. I'm sorry. I know y'all like to look good, and I say to women, when are you gonna love yourself? When are you gonna love the body that God gave you? Most of women don't love the body that God gave them because they want to be a size 2. Well, Oprah, everybody is not meant. And this is okay. I don't not make lipstick. I tell on so bad with all the hair, the nail, Ralph, and all the. Oh, you got to pay the $500 pocketbook. The now what's so much in the so now everybody got the cowboy. You're doing to help yourself. You can have all that. What do you walk around here sick of dog? Because you're not taking care of that body. We only get one. You don't have a spare one at home. So we have to do something to take care of our body. What my goal is to educate people on how to take care of yourself. We have want to. And I just thank God for common sense, wanting to do something different. I've never been with fast, never been one to follow people. I just believe in doing what I feel is right for myself, and I try to teach others how to do the same. The other thing I want to talk about right quick, I want to talk about a lady was saying to me, we was talking about this at matter of fact Sunday, that when somebody see you who have not seen you in years, they love to say, "Oh, hey girl, how you doing? I remember when." And I didn't know nobody else felt like that but me. And she said, "I get so tired of people say, I remember when you did this. I remember when you did that." She said, "I'm so tired of hearing that." I said, "You too?" I am so fed up because when I was married to I had just married my second husband, and we was in Sam's one day, and we ran into one of my classmates, and she was like, "You married her? Let me tell you about how she was in high school. Let me tell you, she did. Da, da, da." She went back 30, 40 years talking about stuff that I used to do, and it was very disappointing to me because I never would have thought to talk about yesterday. Let's talk about today. And when somebody said to me now, I remember when I said, "You know what? I'm glad you remember that because Jesus dropped the charges. Jesus dropped the charges. So why don't you? Why do we always got to go back? Let's start from today. See, people have a problem with the person you are today. That's what the problem is. They don't like the changes that you have made, that God has made in your life to make you into the person that you are now. And then they don't know what was going on in your life then. People don't have a clue what happened to you to cause you to be the person you were. I was molested at 9. And when I go and tell my story in prison, it amazes me, shocks me how many men come up to me and tell me who molested them. That was a shocker to me. And then they tell me, well, that's why they became a drunk, a drug addict, a molester themselves, or whatever they became. And it's sad. And I tell people, I say, you don't know what caused a person to do what they do. Even today, I look at people and I look at children especially and see how sad some of them are. You don't know what's going on in their life. Like they fight. And I tell people about women, I say, we so easy to say, "Ah, look at her. Who she think? You know who she is. God made her who she is. You don't know if she had a good life. You don't know if she was a big ass silly. Won't you smile and say, hey, what can I do for you today? That's what it's about. When I go down to the park and I work with the homeless, it makes me feel good knowing that I'm not one of them. My mom used to say, don't look down at somebody unless you're reaching down to pick them up. And that's what we need to think about doing. There are many people who need help. I had a young lady who I was down with the homeless giving out some material. I give out luggage. I collect gently used roller bags. Because one day I was riding down Martin Luther King and I saw this homeless person kept picking these bags up, walking some for putting them down, kept on. And I said, Lord, somebody need to give them up. You give one. I said, huh? He's got back in the back of your house that you don't even use anymore. Give him them. So I started giving away the luggage that I had. And I would tell a few people, and some people would bring me a roller bag, and I give those away. And I've told many people, but I told a friend of mine in Atworth, Georgia, last year in October. She went and told her church. They bought me 30 bags, along with several cases of water, cases of chips, cases and cases and cases of crackers. I'm talking rich crackers, uh, uh, what you call it, Oreos, all sorts of packaged goods. Even the applesauce that comes in the small little cups, the fruit cocktails that come in the little cups, They brought spoons, they brought napkins, they brought Ziploc bags, and tissue, also even lotion. The kind that when you go to the hotel, used to be they had a shampoo and a lotion and conditioner and stuff and a body wash. They brought me all of that somebody had saved, and we go down and we give that out. I went down Saturday because we go the second Saturday of the month, and it's amazing when you look up and you're giving something, and I gave out several bags, and people come up and said, "Ma'am, do you have another piece of luggage?" So I went home and got about five more, and I gave those out because I want to see them happy. A young lady said to me, she said, "Do you have a blanket?" I said, "A blanket?" I said, "It's hot as Hades." She said, "I need a blanket because I wrap up in it at night to keep something from biting me." I went home and got her a blanket. I'm actually decluttering my house because I'm not a hoarder, but I'm a clutterer. So I'm decluttering my blankets I ain't seen in years. And I washed them and I took those. Now, the only thing I didn't take was my grandmother, my dad's mom, was a quilter. She made quilts. I found three of her quilts and I kept those because I love looking at her quilt because people don't quilt. And, but for the rest of the year, I am collecting gently used or new, however you want to do it, blankets. And you can reach me at 478 319 0678. That's 478 319 0678. Because I'm going to give these blankets away to them. I'm also collecting, along with the blankets, I'm collecting, uh, what's the other? You can, I actually gave away some comforters because we all have comforters that we use and we change them out from time to time. We got all these comforters packed up, so I'm giving away comforters also. And I didn't know you can get disposable washcloths or disposable towels until my daughter told me because we went out of town recently and she was like, "Look, mama, look at my disposable washcloth." I was like, "Huh?" She said, "Yeah, once you put water on it, it expands." Because she don't use nobody white cloud but her own. She don't even sleep on. She'll sleep on the bed, but she bring her own blanket because she's not going. She don't want to touch anything that's in that hotel. It's spray the whole hotel down. And but anyway, just collecting items that people need. You'd be amazed at what people need. It's the little things that count. We also have a prison ministry. I've had a and we do. I've not been in prison since March of 2020 because of COVID, and now I don't problems in the prison. We are eventually going to go back in. The short staff and all of that makes it difficult, but we do Christmas cards for inmates. We start doing. You contact me, and I give you do at least 20 cards. And you buy the cards yourself. You can go to Dollar Tree, they're $1.25 box. You can get, I think most boxes have 14, and you have to stamp. And I give you the inmate's name, male or female. I give you the address, and then you can see them. So we're in those that were 319 because our goal is to help us. Out of 40. My favorite scriptures talk about Lisa here. And they was like, "Father, when was you naked, homeless, hungry, thirsty?" He said, "When you did to lose their health. So we don't know why people are going to do whatever I can to be a help to them because they deserve it. Because I think about it, who me, I want me. That's the difference. So thank you all. I know we got a few more minutes left, but think of somebody else for Christmas. Think about it, instead of buying that new hat, buy a book of stamps. Think about it, instead of buying that new outfit, buy a couple of books of stamps and some Christmas cards and help us with sending them out. Last year we sent out about 2,507. People say to me, why you still know the car? Your son is not in prison anymore. I said, God told me it wasn't about him. It was about all the other people who were there. Because and if our phone line was open, they would be able to tell you some of the people who actually helped me when they get the cars back. Because people will send you a note, not everybody, because most of them don't have stamps, they don't have paper, they don't have money. But those that can will send you a letter and say, thank you. I don't know who you are, but I thank you that you had me on your mind for Christmas, because this is the only mail that I received this year. Or this is the only mail I received in the last 15 years. That's very painful, because I just want to send them all my mail because I can't stay in the open. But what do we think about other people? What their needs really are and how we can help. I don't do pictures when I go and do my volunteering with the homeless. And someone said, if you just take pictures, you're better get a 501. He told me to do it. I don't. If I was homeless, I wouldn't want you to take pictures. I think that's wrong. Just me. You do it how you want to do it. But I'm telling you, I just feel like privacy. Privacy. Because people need to care about them. Nellie says she received a letter. The letters are amazing when you receive them from the inmates. And I hate using that word, when you receive them from the men and women that are in prison. I had a halfway house. We had a halfway house for 5 years. And one of my goals is to, and if it's God's will, we will open up another one, because it means a lot. People need somewhere to go. They need to know that you really do care. I've seen some halfway houses here in Macon. I wouldn't put my cat in them, and I don't even like cats. My thing is, if you won't lay your head there, why you letting them lay their head there? That's what's very disappointing to me. You should think about why. Are you just doing it for the money, which a lot of people are? Where's the heart? Where's the love? And really taking care of God's children. That's just me and how I feel. My parents were foster parents for 27 years. A lot of children came through our home. Some we still know today. A lot of them came through our home. In 27 years, and part of those 27 years, we was at home. We was children. And we felt like our parents did more for them than they did for us. Until we grew up and understood why. Because we had our parents, they had nobody. And that's the difference. We had a personal care home for 35 years. My parents have always been about the least of years, taking care of people, helping people wherever they can help. And when someone see me today and say, are you Reverend Spain's daughter? And they'll tell me about the encounter they had with one of my parents. Both my parents were preachers. My mom and my dad were holy preachers most of my life until a few years before they died. They were holy preachers, and we had a church. And, they did a lot. I loved it when my dad would go. We would go up on the corner and have church. He would have that big one-arm drum, what I call it. He'd just be beating it and singing. Oh, it was just amazing. We need to go back to that today. You know, everybody who need to be in church ain't coming in church. But if all the churches on the south side would come together and have church outside once a month, if all the churches on the east side together and have the church once a month outside, or once a quarter, if all the churches on the west side would come together and have church on the outside in a different location in that neighborhood, it will make a difference. Once a quarter, every 6 months, it doesn't matter. Do something different, because some people need to hear that are not going to walk in the church. We just got to do some different things so people know that we are doing for them. Miss Nelly said Divine Presence Center have received a letter back from some of the people that are in prison. They also do help me give out the cards, send the cards out to them. And we would like to have more organizations who would like to do it. We have to care about his people. They're also our people. And we send cards to everybody. It doesn't matter to me. And I have to look them. I look them up and go in there. And when I go online, it doesn't matter to me whether they black, white, blue, green, male, female. It doesn't matter. We send out cards because people need to hear from somebody. And I love it when I see the ones that are lifer. And now I'm disappointed because I'm seeing too many people with life without parole. That means they'll never get out. They're 25, 30. Come on, y'all. When we gonna do something different? I look at my daughter called me about something that happened yesterday, I believe it was, or the day before yesterday, where these kids were doing some shooting in South Macon and Bloomfield. It gotta stop. These kids. So so very much. Y'all have a blessed day. We've enjoyed it today. I have also received some mail back from the prison. See, thank God you.
And he's coming lay down your no turning back.
Thank you for listening to the Cardio Ministry with your host, Overseer Mable Randall, Senior Pastor and founder of God's Way Church Ministry, located at 1080 Cortland Avenue, Building B, in the historic Cherokee Heights community in Macon, Georgia. Be sure to join us next Tuesday at 3 o'clock for another edition of The Call with your host, Overseer Mable Randall.
The views expressed on necessarily the views Gloria Group LLC, WDDO, advertisers, participants of the broadcast.
Connecting the community through gospel. W30 WDDO 980 AM.
Something for you. Our legend in our own June.